Alright traders, it's the final bell on April 30th, and we just wrapped up a wild day on Wall Street. Tech stocks are on the move, the Fed just dropped a surprise update, and tomorrow could be a make or break day for the bulls. Let's unpack it. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your go-to guy for daily stock market breakdowns and next day forecasts. I'm a full-time US investor, and I cut through the noise so you can stay ahead of the curve. The S&P 500 ended the day down 0.34%, closing at 5,090, after struggling to stay above the 5,100 resistance all session. The Dow Jones lost 112 points, weighed down by weakness in industrials and financials. But the Nasdaq Composite? It held up, finishing flat, buoyed by semis and large-cap tech, thanks to an after-hours surge in AMD. Key movers: Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, jumped over 6% in extended trading after beating earnings and raising forward guidance, a bright spot in an otherwise cautious tape. Tesla, TSLA, dipped 3.7%, giving back some of last week's gains after a Barclays downgrade citing margin pressure. Apple, AAPL, was basically unchanged ahead of its earnings report tomorrow. That's going to be a major catalyst. Economic data / Fed Watch. Now here's the kicker: this afternoon, we got a surprise statement from Fed Governor Waller, signaling the Fed may not be in a rush to cut rates this summer due to persistent wage inflation. That shook the bond market and put pressure on rate-sensitive sectors. Yields jumped, with the 10-year note closing at 4.68%, its highest level since November. S&P 500 technical levels: from a chartist's view, 5,100 remains a firm ceiling. We tapped it multiple times today but couldn't hold it. That's your line in the sand for bulls tomorrow. If we break below 5,050, watch for a retest of 5,000 flat, which has been solid support throughout April. Nasdaq outlook: the Nasdaq is coiling just under 16,000, but momentum is slowing. If Apple disappoints tomorrow, we could see a quick trip back down to 15,700. On the flip side, a strong report could finally fuel the breakout. Sector leaders and laggards: tech led again, thanks to chip stocks. Nvidia, AMD, and Qualcomm all saw solid volume. Energy was the biggest laggard as crude prices slipped to $80.50 on weaker Chinese demand data. Utilities popped, which often signals risk-off sentiment creeping in. Unusual volume alert: keep an eye on SoFi Technologies, SoFi, nearly 3x average volume today, and no news yet. That smells like smart money moving in or out ahead of something. Personal take and forecast: alright, here's my read heading into May 1st, the market's tired. The bulls need a strong earnings print from Apple or we're likely heading into consolidation territory. Volume's been decent, but conviction is low. If the Fed chatter keeps skewing hawkish, expect more pressure on the broader indexes. Let's talk. What are you watching tomorrow? Apple? Powell? Oil? Drop your game plan in the comments. I read every one of them. Call to action: if you got value from this breakdown, do me a solid, hit that like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a daily recap. We do this every market day, straight from the US, no fluff, just real analysis. Catch yesterday's video right here for context on this week's big moves, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow with fresh insight and live setups.